Hello,
Good
good morning.
morning.
Okay, now it's 6:20. Let us start. A warm welcome to our masters, Brother Joe Huang, brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Okay, today I would like to share a short accepted message, a speech from Master Ching to pass on and share among the masses the truth of people's suffering. The true path of spiritual cultivation lies in the human rights. The goal of spiritual cultivation is to serve the people. The Buddha came to this world with a vow to transform sentient beings. He expounded the Dharma to inspire the sentient beings to realize the truth. What is the true principle of the Buddha Dharma? It is difficult to explain and impossible to conclude. There are so many principles and we can only make good use of our limited time. To pass on and share among the masses the truth of people's suffering, that is to refrain from all evils and do all good deeds. Educate everyone to do good and create blessings in the human minds. 感恩 for Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sangha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer from all
all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in the. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body and an enlightened mind and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the triple gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our abode masters who join us today. So today we have Brother Joe Huang who will be sharing with us on a Dharma discussion, and followed by Sister Susan, who will be sharing on the journey of environmental sustainability, part 2. And we have Brother Anthony from Malaysia to share on the Dharma ship to the West. Okay, before we hear the sharing, let us invite Sister Su Ching for weekly summary. Ka'an, Sister Su Ching, over to you.
Sister Lily.
Ka'an.
Hey, here we are. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, Brother Joe Huang was talking about Dharma Insights. In the opening chapter on virtues from the profound Sutra of Infinite Meanings, Ananda began with words that echo through time, thus have I heard. From his lips, the framework of discussion unfolded into categories 4, beginning, location and time, people and action. And today, the beginning we explore. 4 pressing questions thus arise, seeking wisdom to uphold. Firstly, how can we affirm these teachings in the Dharma's ancient fold? Second, as the Buddha leaves this earthly sphere, who will our hands hold? Thirdly, for those bhikkhus who defy, what disciplines should be controlled? Lastly, in Buddha's absence, where shall our refuge be enrolled? These queries probe the fundamentals: authenticity, continuity, adaptability, and survivability, each a pillar that supports our faith and ensures its livability. For authenticity, Ananda repeated, thus have I heard, his testament so clear. For continuity, no single successor but Buddha's precepts we revere. Adaptability challenges us with hearts wide open to embrace, with compassion as our compass navigating every case. And survivability, it turns us inward to find resolve. In our own spirits, we must seek mysteries to solve. Yet as we delve into the depths of these sacred texts, acknowledging their breadth and layers complex, Brother Joe, with anticipation, declares further discussion to appear. In weeks to come, more insights from the Sutra of Infinite Meanings will become more clear. And yes, Sister Su Ching from Singapore, and she spoke about experimenting with media in Veggie Promo. Sister Su Ching, a vegetarian for many years, stayed her voice, not pressing others until the pandemic posed a crucial choice. But when Master Ching Yen called for change, she rose to make the message known. With no precedent to guide her steps, she ventured into the unknown. An environmentalist, fellow volunteer, once crafted from the sky. Beyond Beauty, a film capturing Taiwan's vistas from up high. His legacy through aerial shots did not with him die. Media's might continuing his vision cannot lie. So Sister Su Ching then shared a talk, a sobering, realistic view of the fleeting time at 18 years old. How many months can quickly skew? Deducting sleep, school, daily chores, a mere 334 months left remain true. A stark reminder, time is not just spent, but to be invested too. What will you do with this finite gift? Who will you share your days and nights? Kids spend 93% of that on screen time at present. Imagine better sights. Time is a commodity, not just spent but wisely invested. Shapes body, mind, and character as attested. Consider the life you wish by distractions untested. What deeds with whom shared should be manifested. So Sister Su Ching launched platforms, streamed vegetarian spots, connected far and wide, engaged with healthcare professionals and more, their knowledge as the guide. Episodes on health, exercises, food channels, song, dances, and all sorts of invitations, from Malaysia's 21-day challenge to songs of love through multicultural contributions. Expressing love of animals through songs was something that children can relate. Using all means to touch people in various ways, many can relate. Thus, Sister Su Ching's journey shows, from personal preference to collective voice, how one can influence, inspire, and invite others to join the vegetarian choice. Thanks for listening. That's it for me. I will stop share and I'll hand over to Brother Robert. All right, Brother Robert, over to you.
Yeah, kind of so much, Sister Su Ching. It's very pleasing to hear your summary and your words, and of course, to Sister Lily for the great opening. Okay, good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our Saturday Hualien Heartwarming session. Today, of course, to kickstart the session, of course, we have none other than our brother Joe, our ever passionate and energetic brother Joe is here online already. You always bring us, all this great, wonderful sharing. I always say that brother Joe is always our, ever popular and top-notch speaker. Always privileged to introduce you, brother Joe. Yeah. Just a little diversion. Today I was just watching the news. This one, I just a clip of it. There were couple of hundreds of earthquakes happening per day in Hualien, and it's shocking. I've never seen such statistics before. So I'm wondering, maybe just a little so-called diversion from your normal sharing. How does all these hundreds of earthquakes, how does it affect those people? Everybody was in a roller coaster every day, or what? How does it affect the lives of people, or you just treat that normal? It's just nothing.
No. I think it's very difficult to go back to norm now. I remember first coming back to Hualien. That was about 14 years ago. In 2010, we know that Hualien is probably one of the most shaky places in Taiwan, comparatively. And wherever there's earthquake, Hualien is always the one that feels it. But for the past 14 years, and according to Master, for the past 60 years, that she hasn't felt any major quakes. Not even 921, the earthquake, because it happened in the central Taiwan. So we felt it here. But the epicenter is more towards central Taiwan. So we're far away. So even though it was a huge shake, it was magnitude 7.3 back in 1999. But we felt rarely. We felt it, but it wasn't that horrible. But on April 3rd, that was completely changed out of our minds. And I think that was what it meant. If there's one thing that we are certain, and it's not just impermanent that we are certain, but another thing that I realized is that how fast we can change our perspectives that we didn't realize can be changed. We were thinking that, hey, we've been in Hualien for all these years, right? For Master, 60 years. Probably think that there's earthquake coming and you can just sit there and you hold on to it and you wait it out, maybe for 5 seconds, and it's done, right? It shake a little bit more maybe about 6 seconds and it's fine, or 3 seconds. But on April 3rd, that's how it felt at first. And then it gets more violent, and then it won't stop. And that's when all the things start falling apart. So from that point on, thousands, we have collectively thousands, more than 1,200
Yes.
earthquakes since then combined. And the big one was the 23rd. On the 23rd, there was another big one. And that time it was a huge, we all felt it. And it was actually in the middle of the night. And that was big. I think it was magnitude 6.2. And we felt it as a 5 strong feeling. You know, there are two numbers. One is magnitude, and that has to do with the force at the epicenter. And then the other one is the quake degree, which actually deals with how you actually feel on the ground. So that's why the quake degree actually varies according to Taiwan, different locations. So the magnitude is one number that's measured at the epicenter of the earthquake. And the quake degree or the shake degree varies according to how far you are from the epicenter. So on April 3rd, the magnitude was 7.2, and that was the same across. But the shake degree was 6 strong. So there's 1 through 6, and about beginning from 3, you can feel it. You can feel the shake. 1 and 2, just something that you don't feel. And then begin with 4, it begins to be more noticeable. And so on April 3rd, that's what we saw. It's 6 strong, and that was huge. So after that, the aftershakes, there were 5 shake degree, and last night it was about 4. So, but it was long. And on April 23rd, I think it was 5 strong. So all these are very big shakes, and all you can do is tell yourself, right? From 14 years ago, from Master 60 years ago, you rarely see all these things happening. But now you completely change your mentality. So that's what I meant. A lot of times we think that we can't change. A lot of times that our perspectives are set in stone. Yeah, that's what you think until something big happens. And then you change your perspective completely. So you thought that earthquake were just gonna be about 5 seconds, and then it just you just sort of stops. It doesn't anymore. Yeah, I totally agree. Sister Su Ching said it's like pandemic. You change your idea, you change the way of thinking right away. So if anybody tells you, oh, I can't change, oh, it's I've been doing this forever, you can't change. Well, guess what? You can, and very quickly too. So that's how we're feeling. And last night there was a big one too, and it actually lasted a long time. And we even thought about you can hear it clamoring around us. People are heading outside, and it was about 2 a.m. This is for the past week. Second time the big one came 2 a.m. So the sleep isn't going to be good.
How do you decide, by the way, Brother Joe, when that you need to go out to the open? When?
How do we decide? You probably, for the first 3 or 4 seconds, you're praying. I'm praying. Like, oh, I hope this is just gonna go away. And then starting with 5, 6 seconds, you're thinking, I'm getting ready, but no one is leaving yet, because I don't know, maybe as a Hualien person, that we are still more settled than others. Like, we're not easily festered, like, let's go. No, we're not gonna be like that. And besides, I'm on the ground floor, so I am less inclined to run to some places. We're fine, okay. But starting from there, and it would show, like, these shakes, usually the shakes increases in magnitude. Imagine when 2 cars collide, the impact is at the very beginning, but the problem is this impact, the forces are still driving, so the impact will now eat inside out, and so that's when we're impacted. The first impact, usually it's because the plates usually move in a slow motion, but they couldn't stop, so they just keep on colliding. So that's usually when you would know that when it would stop, like it's a small bump, right? The car, small bump, or it just keeps on crunching in, and then eats out the whole car, and then you as a driver gets involved. So that's what happened. When it gets too long, that's when it gets, really crash into it. And what we've seen is on 23rd, the second time we had the major one, and we accumulated, it's more than 1,100 aftershocks that we can feel, feelables, the ones you can feel, not just the small ones. And most of them are, the epicenter is very shallow. We're talking about less than 10 kilometers. So the experts are saying that the plates are still settling into places because it's still very shallow. But last night, the epicenter is deeper now, about less than 30 kilometers. So maybe the shallow ones are settling in place. Now it's the deeper ones starting to settle places. I don't know. I'm no expert, but we're all of a sudden everybody is very focusing on this. So all of a sudden everybody becomes an expert. So we're just, everybody has their own take on this.
By the way, good to hear that everyone are safe. Everyone are peaceful. Okay.
Yes, we're safe. Thank you, Brother Robert. And it's a good diversion from our sharing, and it's always good. I mean, we realize that number one, impermanence. It's what Master talks about.
Yeah.
But for me, as I mentioned, you really think that people can't be changed. We are just waiting for that moment to awaken us. And I like a certain analogy that we're either all awake and then you're really sleepy and then you doze off. That's going to change where we are. But when we doze off, it's like peacefully you doze off, right? But when you're sleeping, usually what wakes you up, it's that alarm clock. The alarm clock is something that stops all the things that were happening before, and then boom, it hits you and it gets you to wake up. That's why we call wake up call, because it interrupts. That's what this earthquake did. It wakes you up. And I think it's important. I mean, if you think about the idea of alarm clock, and it's interesting because of this, I'm probably not going to go into my sharing for today, but I only have 30 minutes, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to go into this life philosophy. So I was thinking, right? I was explaining this to some other people here at the abode. We're talking to masters, and there were some ideas, and so I was thinking that I think who knew that who set the alarm clock? You did. You set the alarm clock. Why did you set the alarm clock? Because you want to wake up. When did you set the alarm clock? You set the alarm clock when you're awake, right? Because you knew that you were going to be sleeping. Because you knew that when you're sleeping, chances are good that you probably won't wake up yourself. Because you knew that when you're sleeping, your mind won't be working to tell you it's time to wake up. Now, even though that I'm just talking about in normal cases, even though, and I have experienced it myself, I'm sure many people have too. Like when you are ingrained in your mind that you had to do something very important the next day, you're just going to wake up. Yes. And there are even voices in, like, you would dream. I did this all the time. You would dream that you already wake up. You woken up, you dreamed it, and you're happy. You're like, oh, thank God I woke up. But you're still sleeping. Like you're still, so I'm not about to go into dream states and explaining. But what I want to mention is, you set the alarm clock when you're awake, and that means two things. Number one, you reap what you reap what you sow. You did all the things, right? If this is an alarm, if this is a wake up call, then you did it yourself. You set this up yourself. Whether it's earthquake, whether it's a war, whether it's pandemic, whether it's natural disaster, we set this alarm clock ourselves because of all the things that we did. Okay, now that's more of a negative tone, but a more positive tone, and the one I like to use, is that we set the alarm clock when we are awake. Like we knew that at the time that we're sleeping, we cannot be awoken on our own. So we need something to wake ourselves up. So the other day we were talking to masters of the abode. We were arranging our progress in our reading list. And today, in June, here at the abode, we will be finishing the chapter 3 parables on the Lotus Sutra. And for me, for all of us, it was a big feat because it was 6 books, and it took us 2 years, less than 2 years, about 1 year and about 8 months to finish reading. And as you know, reading on your own is probably easier, but reading as a group, it was difficult. Like you have to carry on for all this time. And here at the abode, there are all these interruptions. We get interrupted because master takes a trip around Taiwan, so I'm not here. Some of the masters not here, so we can't continue, but we continue online. And then there are other sessions where, for example, earthquake, then everybody sort of stopped. Yes. And then there were sessions where the masters of the abode had to go and training for their chanting. And as you probably all know, that coming on the Buddha bathing, the Buddha's birthday ceremony, that there's going to be a very new chanting that's going to come out. I'm sure you see it on YouTube already. So there are a lot of interruptions. Sometimes special guests have to share, sometimes et cetera, et cetera. So there are many interruptions, but we held on to it. And before, we were only able to finish 1 set of books. It was 2 books, 1 set. But this time we finished 1 set, and it was the longest chapter in Lotus Sutra. It was parables. And in June, we will be finishing. So we were doing the progress, like what are we going to do next and which book? So it was wonderful. Like, you know, last year when we started about Chinese New Year, no, actually before that, when we started, we were thinking in parables, there were 6 books. So let's divide it into 2 years. Okay, we were like entrepreneurs. Right? We're planning our budget, 2 years, and how many weeks, right? And then we're about to finish. It's almost like you are coming to the fruition of all your plans. And then we divided 1 year. There's 3 books. So 1 year, 3 books, and the next year, this year, the 3 more books, and then we'll be done, right? So this year, when we're planning, our next book is on chapter 4. It's the faith and understanding, the chapter on faith and understanding, and there are 4 books. So Master, one of our team members, Master mentioned, it's getting more. We're getting busy, and things are getting more. So why don't we do 2 years? And each year there's only 2 books. And so I mentioned that, Master, why don't we do this? Why don't we do 4 books in 1 year, right? And they all look at me and they're like, Joe, you're always like this, right? You're always like, pushing and pushing. But I'm also the one that complains the most. When the book study, the study group comes and there's a reminder sent out by Master, I'll be the one that replies, oh my God, it's that time again? Why can't we stop? Why can't we take a break? Right? So I'm the one that says all these things. And on the group chat. And I'm now saying that, hey, let's push for 4 books, right? And I explain mathematically, that all we're doing is extending 30%, right? From 3 books a year to 4 books, you're increasing by 30%. Okay. And so that's good. That's good. And it's not that bad. If you have 70 pages before, now you're just about reading about 100 pages. And come to think of it, it's not that bad because we have read 100 pages before in our progress, weekly progress. So people weren't, swayed by this, right? They were just thinking, I'm busy, we're busy, a boat is busy, okay?
Yes.
And so I explained to them, I said, a lot of times I use, for me, the online sharings are the ways for me to push me forward, okay? Push me forward. And I explained, every week I have about 5 to 6 constant sharings. And so it pushes me forward to be diligent because I can't let you guys down. And if I'm here without preparation, I first of all, I did prepare for today. It seems like I'm just open mic today, but no, I did prepare. It's just that Brother Robert said that's good to detract. Good that then it's completely derail. Okay, so I did prepare, but every week it pushes me forward. And guess when did I set this up? I set this up when I had the will, when I had the willpower to set this up. Because if you rely on your decision when you're tired or when the sharing is tonight and you got nothing, then you are going to cancel it. You are going to say, oh, let's skip it. But you set it up when there's no pressure. You set it up when there's no urgency. You set it up when your mind is clear. So I explained. This is like when you're setting your alarm clock. No one sets your alarm clock when you're sleeping, because when you're sleeping, you want to keep sleeping. But when do you set the alarm clock? You set it when you're awake, when you're clear in your mind that you need to wake up. If you are asking yourself, we have all this all the time. You have this internal mind conversation. You start to talk to yourself. Maybe I don't need to wake up. Maybe it's okay. They'll find somebody else. They just wait for about 5 minutes and they didn't find you. They just move on. They'll be fine. And you just explain to them, oh, I'm sorry. Last night there was an earthquake and everybody was not, we all woke up and then we all ran outside and it was about 2 o'clock and it was bad sleep. So I overslept. I'm horribly sorry. And most of the time, people are going to forgive you. People are very nice about this and they're going to be okay about this. But you get away with it. And there's not going to be a lot of penalty about it. But that's when you make the decision when you're not awake. Just like when you go to the grocery store, empty stomach, you're going to buy a lot of food. That's why don't go to grocery store when you're hungry. Go to grocery stores when your stomach is already okay. Otherwise, you're just going to buy a lot of food that you think you see and you're going to be like, that's what I want to eat. So I explained to everybody that that's what I do for diligence. You set these up when you're clear in the mind, like, let's do it, right? And then when it comes, give yourself enough room to be like complaining and bickering. But you know what? The time is set. Everybody just suck it up and just go for it, because that's what we have to do. So, hey, masters and other members, there were 3 of us total, always, in a committee trying to drive this forward. And we've seen some progress. So that's good. And people, they weren't, it's not like they don't want to be diligent. It's just that we had to be realistic about it. We sustained for 2 years just reading the same book. Imagine. And that's why I think Master is amazing, because if you go into the sutra text, there's so much repetition. There's so much repetition. And Master had to go through it, iron it out, right? Imagine it was very wrinkled and she had to iron all of this out. And it was difficult. We did. And there were weeks where the contents were just, for that week is about 70 or 80 pages. You just couldn't find the main points because there was just so much, I don't want to say blabbering, but there was so much, things to cover, or there was just not no central theme. So anyway, wake up call, right? There are 2 ways to look at it. One, we set it up ourselves, right? Whatever the earthquake, whatever the war, whatever pandemic, we did this ourselves. We set up the alarm clock ourselves. Now we are violently woken up. Who do we blame? We blame no one but ourselves. We are the one that set the alarm clock. But come to think of it, it's good that we set this alarm clock, because we did it while we're awake. We are aware of what we're doing, and we set this up so that we knew that when we're in the very weak moment, the moment of weakness, we will not succumb, because we already set an insurance policy when we were awake, making sure that all these things are set in place. So when I told Sister Su Ching, Sister Su Ching, we might not have a lot of interactions, but somehow she knows me, she gets me, right? And I'm so I'm so thankful that the other day I was sharing with her that I was doing a sharing, and every week, Su Ching would be asking me, with Brother Joe, do you have time this week? And most of the time I would say, I'm sorry, there's, I don't have a lot of time. And I went back, and she would do this very often. Okay. And a lot of times I just turn her down. But starting from a couple weeks ago, I begin to say, okay, let me try to change the time. So now it's changed to 6:30, right? Because I have a meeting at 7 coming soon. So usually it's a conflict of times. It's difficult. But Su Ching and also the time, the group allow me to start earlier, so I have a chance to share. And so I look back, and this is what I found. I said to her, back in 2020, the start of pandemic, there are 52 weeks in a year. That year, I shared on this platform 26 times. So before that, it was even more, right? Every week, I will be the one that shares, and then there will be other ones, right? So 2020, I shared, 2020, I shared 36 times, 36. 2021, 17. So it's cut in half. 2022, 21 times, a little bit back up, but it's still less than half. 2023, 5 times. So I explained to Su Ching, thank you for always asking, always remembering to pull me back. And I told myself, I know I'll probably one day not regret, but I'll be like, mumbling like, oh God. But I told her it's time for me to return to consistently share on this platform. And you make that decision when you're awake. You have the you have the reflection, you have a certain feeling at that moment. So you stay it. And then you would try to live up to it. With all the pull from everybody, we will not fall back. So, and I think lastly, because it's about 7, lastly, I apologize that, I did have my content prepared, but today just open mic. But I also want to say that Master is the same way. Master is the same way. She sets up the goal to build a hospital. And there were times that were very, very difficult. What got her through wasn't just her willpower alone. It was the anticipation and the expectation of the people that pushed her, so that Master says, I can't let these people down. Obviously, there's a lot of willpower involved, but there were a lot of other people pulling. So to make these major achievements, they were pushed by your own willpower, and they were pulled by the external factors. When, for example, when there are disasters happening, the pull would be the images of these people. That's why Master keep these images in her mind to constantly pull herself, not just her own willpower to push, but the strength, the compassion to pull, the strength to pull, because it's so easy to be settled in. It's so easy to say, I've done a lot already. But you need to have that constant pull and constant push. And that's important. And you set these things up when you're awake, not when you're sleeping. Like, I'm tired. I want to just take a rest. I want to take a break. I want to skip it. Don't make decisions when you're at that state. Make decisions when you're awake, so that you can set the alarm clock that when you are sleepy and tired, you wake up. And that's important. So that's why I think diligence has always been an external pull and an internal push. You push with your own willpower, but you always need your friends and your Dharma family to pull you when you need them. Okay? That's my sharing for today. Thank you. I apologize. We'll delay the content for next week, but this is good. This is an open mic for me for 30 minutes. Thank you, Brother Robert. It's a good change of detraction from what we're doing. Thank you.
So much, Brother Joe. I think, Brother Joe, you are living example, the best living example of seizing every moment. Seizing every moment, to share, to do good, you know. So you are always our best role model, you know, our best role model. I think, of course, Sister Su Ching did a good job. Yeah, please constantly go and trigger Brother Joe to share with us. Yeah. Okay, Karen so much, Brother Joe. Okay, now we're 7 o'clock sharp. We will move on to the next session. Sister Susan, you are online already? Yeah, hi, Sister Susan.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, morning, Sister Susan. Yeah. So Sister Susan shared with us 2 months ago on the recycling. Sister Susan, of course, is from Singapore. And she's going to share with us on the journey of environmental sustainability. So to continue with the sharing the Singapore footprint in recycling. So she was unable to finish her beautiful, interesting sharing, and now we have invited her to come and join us again. So maybe I think I saw Brother Anthony is online as well. Brother Anthony, can you on your video? Then maybe we'll take a group photo together with Brother Joe before I
Yes.
think Brother
Good
Joe
morning.
leave us. Hi, morning. Brother Joe, are you still with us? Yeah, can all of us maybe on our video, and then we'll catch everyone now that since everyone are still here, or Brother Joe has left us already. Brother Joe has left us already. Okay, then we will take the group photo later then. Okay, Karen. Okay, so Brother Joe, sorry, Sister Susan, over to you.
Oh,
And then-
okay. So we start now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to take photo now because after this I have to leave.
Oh, okay, can
another work.
come. Let
Yeah,
us take a
sorry,
group photo now. Yeah, come, let us take a group photo now. Brother Andy. Hi, Sister Stephanie. Morning, Styrene.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, that's the lady.
Yeah, taken already. Karen.
Okay, Karen. Okay, back
Okay.
to Sister Susan now.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
because later I also have to go and do the task of environmental. Yeah. Okay. Morning again, everybody. Thank you for this second time slot because 30 years of journey is a lot of work. And the scope of work we are doing is pretty diverse and wide, so couldn't finish in the first round. So a little bit of a refresher, which I had we shared the last round. I think in the last round, we also started with this page about goal and direction of the mission. So as what Brother Joe just now mentioned about, if you set it yourself, you set the alarm. So goal and direction, it's not alarm, but it's something that it set us to help us focus. So I think for me, walking through these 30 years, long and far and still in it is I listen to Master's words, and I wrote this goal and direction myself for the Singapore team. So every time when we were walking down this journey, we are developing the team. This naturally seems just is inside me already. Then every time when the team divert or myself become a little bit relaxed or lazy, or when we have to do something off track, these will help us to always keep on track to where we are progressing, and then everybody actually will stay very focused. Quite similar. I'm trying to say it's quite similar, like keeping yourself awake. Goal and direction set within the team always keep the team awake and going into the correct direction. So for the team, all this while has been already 30 years, but still this is always in us. And you see in red here, the word is actually environmental sustainability. Many volunteers and external party are still saying that we are doing recycling. But recycling, that word if you check out the dictionary, is just one action or one phase in the bigger context of environmental sustainability. We started with recycling. City started recycling 30 odd years ago, because that was then how the society was like. And recycling is the action or the vehicle as an entry into this bigger subject of environmental sustainability or environmental protection. So for us, the Singapore team, when we set the goal and direction, we actually use environmental sustainability as the keyword rather than recycling, so that we can actually be mindful and always reminding ourselves that to protect Mother Earth is a wider spectrum, is a wider range, is more diverse than just recycling. Recycling is just an entry vehicle for us to enter into the society, enter and engage with the public or engage with people to share a bigger spectrum of this, whereby more efforts than just recycling is required to actually really protect Mother Earth. So this, to raise environment sustainability awareness in community and expand our outreach to more people, these two portions, this is actually like two portions, has been helping us staying very focused, developing ourselves internally at community level, at organization level, and at the country level. So in the last sharing that I did, we shared about on the community level. So like here you see, in the past, we call it Recycling Day. And everybody on the photos on the left, everybody was just doing sorting, really just doing recycling. That was in the past. And we need to walk through this phase, because we need this vehicle to enter into the community. For us, Singapore here is pretty strict. So we actually need this to say, hey, can we have a space near the community area to do, we have to say, to do recycling. Then they say, oh, you're doing recycling. Okay, we give you the venue. That was in the past. Of course, the whole society, as it goes along, the years goes along, the society change and evolve, which is, we did not stop at that kind of vehicle mode. We also evolve along the way towards achieving our goal and objective. So in our last sharing, we did mention that COVID came. So taking the opportunity of COVID, then we upgrade our vehicle to what you see on the right-hand side here. And at the same time, when we upgrade our vehicle, we also upgrade the name of our activity to Environmental Sustainability Day. The name of the activity is quite important. The right name used at the right time will guide both our volunteers and the public how they react to this activity. So when we change to the word Environmental Sustainability Day, and we change our vehicle mode, that everybody the public now come, they actually have to drop off the items. These words actually help us to help our volunteer to encourage the residents. Say, now we are this, our activity is this name, because we need more everybody to know more what to do for the environment, and everybody to do it together with us. So if you could embrace this bigger mindset of environmental sustainability, can you help? Can you people do it with us together to drop your items accordingly? And the purpose was if they drop themselves, they know better how to recycle, right? That was the bigger driver behind that. So and it's as we progress every time, we use different vehicle type, but to deliver the same message or a bigger impact of the message. So like this is during the pandemic, whereby Singapore government was very strict. So any activity conducted must have safe distance or whatever. And thankfully, because of this, then we are able to do this line queue up to go inside our eco point to drop their thing. And the whole country already aware that, oh, this is anywhere you go, you need to do this. So it was a very good timing. We write on the right timing, and then we did a change, and then from then on, residents are just comfortable and able to embrace our this continued method that, oh, they queue to come in, then they drop the items one by themselves, which you see on the top right hand photo over here. So because of this consistency and persistence of always staying very awake where we are going in our mission objective, change will happen in the right way. If not for that, probably we'll still be doing a lot of sorting like the old time. And with this new model, with this new operational model, it also achieved to outreach to more public, because in the past, one point will probably need about 40 volunteers because so much sorting to do. But with this new operation, used to be 1.40 volunteers. Now from 1 point, we can actually split the volunteer into 4 groups and open another three more new eco point, so that with more eco point out there in the community, we can outreach to more public. Yeah. So with this achieve works and achieve towards that two part of the objective. The other thing that we shared in part 1 is about our education center. Just now what you all saw is a point, meaning to say it operates once a month in a community space. On one Sunday morning, it's mobile. We set up, we do the activity, then we will have to clear up the place. But we also do have this a center which is permanent, open every day, and that is mainly just to do education. So when we had our first center, Master told us that Singapore is a country whereby plentiful of material and things like that. People are very rich, but so they're not lack of materials. They very well can afford materials. So Singapore team should focus on education, educating in this mission. Singapore teams need to educate the Singapore community. That is where Master has given Singapore team the direction. And Master in Chinese, she said that in Chinese words, she said that this should be a 环保教育站. So it should serve to do education. So in English, we decided to name this station Eco Awareness Center. So Eco Awareness Center means that to be aware, we need to do a lot of education. So we are creating awareness. So this is the name. So same right time, right timing, using the vehicle at that moment that fits the situation. The Eco Awareness Center started so simple on the left. That is how it started. To what you see on the right, with a lot of educational boards as set up exhibition, and we could host groups of visitors to come and learn the whole subject together with us. Yeah. And for this educational center, we also went through many phases. We also use different vehicle in this path. So what you saw just now, the awareness center from very raw to with a lot of educational boards that we can do a full-fledged educational tour until 2021. We have to move out of that site, because though that all the setup is very good, but the location is no good. There is still limitation for general public to visit our gallery on a normal days, or on a non-public service, no public bus hours to our center. So we decided to say, okay, we probably need to drop the place and move to a place whereby there's high footfall of people, so that the exhibit anytime people can the education material anytime people can see. Okay, then so then we have to move but we have not really come up with a plan what should be the new educational center look like and things like that. So our volunteers, because they are very focused at if we are doing this journey of education and awareness, it cannot stop just because we didn't have a proper place to do education, or we don't have a proper new set of educational materials. So our volunteers move whatever that is more like the key point educational pieces, and then set up by hand in a very very layman way. You can see all the volunteers coming out and doing all the work themselves. With all those boards over there, they try to salvage as much as possible and then transfer it to this temporarily educational area. But all were on the same track, or everybody were on the same mindset, on the same goal and objective, and everybody do it very synchronized. Yeah. Then for that educational center, this is the latest phase, which is another milestone whereby in the track of towards education. In July 2023 last year, we launched this another generation of our educational center, and this time instead of a center, because in this location the traffic human traffic footfall is very high. However, this place is not it doesn't allow us to do hands-on recycling work, so it can only be a exhibition area. So in this next milestone, because of the environment, because of the timing, everything, this next milestone, it become a gallery instead of a center. So and this gallery, as you can see here, the name is Glow On Gallery. So it's another step forward again from the last one. The last one was eco awareness. Because of the name of center and so then the content inside there was very much like every time people come, we try to create through the sharing, we try to create awareness in them that be aware that the environment, the Mother Earth is like this already. Are you aware that this action of yours is causing more burden on Mother Earth and things like that? So in the last center, it was all about awareness. Then we have done that for I think 4 or 5 years in that center. So when we move to this one, when we cannot do sorting and things like that, then we explore. And at this timing, when we are doing the design of this gallery, Master was sharing about Firefly. And Master actually advocate every one of us in each our own space, whatever we are doing, we are like we will be a Firefly individually that lights up and all come together and become that big light that shines the society, or shine the world. So when we were designing it, Master was sharing this analogy. Then we tap on that and then we design this center and we name it the Glow On Gallery. So so from an eco awareness center in this next stage, then we move on and design based on this. I will call it like mascot. The whole gallery throughout, it was revolving. The ultimate takeaway that whenever a volunteer share in the gallery is to advocate the visitor to be another Firefly in the aspects of protecting Mother Earth. So again, the name of the gallery is so important. So we in English we name it Glow On Gallery. So every time when a volunteer is at the entrance of the gallery, they need to do their introduction. This word will help them and remind them, say, oh, as I go along the gallery, they will have to explain to the visitor why is it called Glow On Gallery, and then from there on, the volunteer will remember, say, oh, at the end of my sharing, I need to so-called encourage or or recruit the visitors, say, after listening to all this, would you be the another firefly in the society to shine through your efforts, and together we protect or safeguard Mother Earth. So that is how naming of activity is very to us in the mission team, the eco team. This is very, very important, and that helps us to keep us always very mindful and very alert that, okay, when we're doing this, because this name, we remember, okay, the objective, this name will remind us what is a focus point. So, but in Chinese, the gallery name is 慈济永续生活馆. I don't know how to do a direct translation of this word, but I'll explain. So we wrote the word 永续, then the word 生活. 永续 means sustainable, then 生活 is lifestyle. So what even the Chinese name itself also help us to share a philosophy here that today only if you practice sustainable efforts or sustainable life, you put in sustainable efforts, then you have a lifestyle to continue. But if you put lifestyle first, then sustainable, then Mother Earth will be very, very hurt, because you go for your lifestyle choice first, then sustainable comes second. So from here, we already at the entrance, we already can share so much just on the entrance, the gallery name to the visitor. And okay, this is the gallery. So this next milestone or next vehicle of this education that the team is trying to bring to the community or the society. This is a very big overview. So what we were focusing is that from lifestyle, there's a lot invisible cost that we are causing to Mother Earth, which sets the pretext of the whole gallery. And the whole gallery is actually curated on this sustainability and on 3 pillars of sustainability, which is environmental, social, and economic. And so inside this whole gallery, all the volunteers were trained to, when they share, how to link back each section of the gallery content to one of these 3 pillars, or all 3 of this pillar, yeah, so that people can, the general public can understand it better, and not in our 慈济 term, that kind of thing. And then you see this right hand side path and this left hand side path. So this gallery, the whole concept is also upgraded to a higher level, whereby in the past, we have always been sharing with people, oh, as individual, what you can do, as individual, what you can do. But we actually, Tzu Chi as an organization, with the mission work that we do, we also do a lot within our mission in contribution to sustainability. So this time, and latest generation of the education, we split into 2 parts. The right hand side, I think all of you can see on the panel, this white panel here, it say through personal action. And on this left panel here, it say through collective impact. So what now we can share with the public is not only what they can do as individual, which is on the right hand side path. We can also take them through the left hand side path, whereby we share with them Tzu Chi as an organization in each mission work. What is it doing, in what each mission is doing, and each mission is able to align or match to which SDG goal. So in these recent years, the whole world or the public is much more aware and concerned about climate change, and more people are talking about the United Nations SDG goal. However, actually, Masters has a foresight every long before. So every mission that was started, the objective of each mission actually is already aligned to certain SDG goal. So this time when we had this gallery, we decided that we need to showcase Tzu Chi efforts, the mission's efforts, and at the same time align it to SDG goal, for the public to also understand that what Tzu Chi is doing is not silo. It's not like it's just a Buddhist organization doing their work in their silo. We had that kind of, with the works we are doing, had that kind of foresight, that kind of international level, which we maybe we didn't really express ourselves very well in that, but by bringing in the SDG goal, our volunteer can easily bring our mission share information of sharing to a higher level, to international level, to a level whereby people can acknowledge us very well, that, oh, this is an organization that is beyond just a Taiwanese organization, beyond just a Buddhist organization. It's actually very international. The foresight that they are doing, the foresight they have is very international. So this is where the next phase has bring us. And in this next phase, we have also were able to conduct a lot of learning journeys as well. Because of this design, then now we say, oh, please, we welcome people to come for learning journey. So we use the word learning journey to help the team to stay very focused how they conduct the sharing insight there. And it's a blessing that we had this very location, so we could put the visitor in this area whereby it's facing the pond, the park, and then it's like you're talking about this subject, at the same time you put them very close to nature. It's easy to bring them to say you appreciate this nature outside here, out of our window, but we need to do something really that we'll continue to have this very nice nature out there. So it was a very good blessing. Yeah. Oh, this is skip. Okay, so in terms of internally within our organization, this is the 30-year journey that the Singapore team has walked through, from very hands-on, from very how should I put it? I also don't know what to say. Under the tree, that kind of thing, on Eco Point to now residents self drop off the items themselves. Then for the stage, for the educational part, for a very raw station, achieving to do eco awareness education, to today, last year, we have a glow on gallery that we canvas people to be that firefly in there to do that next bit for Mother Earth. So this is internal. All this internal activity, every time I remind myself, I remind our team that we cannot neglect this basic activity. This basic activity, internal basic activity, is actually a practice ground, a training ground for all of us as volunteers. Why say so? Because this activity, they are regular, meaning to say it's happening regularly. Like the Eco Point is happening every month, once a month. The gallery, we roster our volunteer to be the gallery guides also on a regular basis. In our own space, in our own internal activity, it's very good chance for us volunteers to keep practicing how to share, for us to practice how to advocate this subject of environmental protection to public, that they also embrace this and come along this journey with us. And all this internal activity is much more closer kind of communication you can have with the public, meaning to say at the Eco Point, when the resident bring the item to you, you're very close to them, and then it's very small group. It's almost like 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. When it's a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2, when you share, it's much more flexible, it's much more freedom. There's no need to plan what to say. You just need to engage and talk. So it's very good practicing ground, which I always encourage volunteers, say, please talk more at the Eco Point, please talk more at the gallery, because the more you talk, the more you interact with people, they tend to ask you back question, right? When they ask you back question, then you start to learn also. Then you become more in your own learning. You also will actually learn more about what the public is thinking, so that when we do the works, we are doing works that the public can also accept, and not We can't be doing works that, oh, only we happy, only we Tzu Chi volunteer can accept, but at the external world, people cannot. If the external world people cannot, then we cannot outreach the with the external world. But we need the whole world to come together to protect Mother Earth, and not just only that small group of. Yes, Tzu Chi has a lot of volunteer, but Tzu Chi volunteer headcount in ratio to the country population, in ratio to the world population, how many percentage are we? We are really that small. So we really need to have the buy-in from the bigger community out there. How we have that buy-in, we need to talk more. We need our volunteers need to practice more. So when they practice a lot more in our internal space, then we are capable to go out in the bigger activity, in the bigger space to really execute, to really do the eco efforts in a bigger context. So for the eco team, there are a few bigger so-called playground for them to really showcase what they have been practicing internally on those smaller activity. So one of the big activity that comes every year for the team to really very focused and really we have to dash and really show a very comprehensive eco effort is our Tzu Chi Green Charity Fair that happens every year at the start of the year. This charity fair, it is the eco team mission to ensure that the fair is as green as possible in all aspects on waste management, especially on waste management, because from waste management, that's where we can address whether we are green or not. So this photo is very small. You can see on this photo on the top right hand side, you see all this white channel here. These are uncooked food waste. So the team go to the extent to ensure even food waste is also being handled as compost. So meaning to say, at the end of every fair, the main achievement the team will have satisfaction from is that the number of waste bin they use is reduced year by year. Yeah. But of course that there will be to a certain point that we can't really reduce a lot, but at least a little bit reduce. That is the team achievement. So probably in the beginning years when we started, we used like 20 waste bin. But as we go along, with all this effort in the later years, we are using like 8 waste bin. So that is where the team actually really can also have a result of their efforts all this year of this awareness and really doing it to the gist of sustainability. So in the later years, I mean the whole team keep advocating, and ultimately we even have public coming with self-initiated. They bring their own packing containers, which is that is the part whereby it's also a very great achievement for the team as well. Yeah. So yeah, some bring their own shopping trolleys. And we also, through this event, we also, those people that we talk to in our normal activity, we also recruit them to come and be volunteer at this big activity. These are students from the international schools that every year they very much look forward, say, hey, they want to come volunteer because they really see the kind of efforts the sustainable efforts we put in, which they really embrace a lot. Yeah. And the team is usually this big. For this is one shift, so we need a very big team to actually do this whole in the background. And then
do it before you go,
and then for that is for our very own activity, but then we also create social impact in the society. We partner with very selective external partners that is aligned with us on our philosophy with regard to sustainability. So this is some of the partners that we have worked with. Yellow Ribbon one was one of the early one, and Income Eco Run is the other one. And so far to date, Income Eco Run is the one that have walked so very far with us. Until today, we are still working together. So in all these external partners, as they also tend to think that we are just a recycling of group of people volunteer. So they will, in the beginning, they also always will kind of invite, say, hey, can you come and advocate people to put the things into the recycling bin, that kind of thing. So this has been always what we have been doing in the past. We are at the activity, and we are just at this so-called recycling corner. Then we're just telling people, hey, put the recyclable here, put the waste there, that kind of thing. But then because you see from 2017, every year we are there. That is the forefront we are doing. But in the background, we are also always talking to them and sharing with them, hey, what else can you go more green? Can you use more eco-friendly materials for your production and things like that? The cups they're using, can they be more eco-friendly, that kind of thing? So a lot, besides just the front line of this sorting recycling area, in the back end, we are always, every year we are also always discussing, hey, what improvement you do on your material and things like that lah. So then we got I will say that as we are working with them every year, actually we are sharing to influence them. So as just now this slide say, from advocacy to influencing the organizer. So this is exactly what we do for this particular partnership. Every year when we talk to them, we are sharing, and through the sharing, we are trying to influence them to change in how they run the run. And we have actually gotten very good in return of them embracing us. So from, I cannot remember from which year onwards, they even put us on stage to do the flag off together with the minister and the sponsor organizer, which is in NTUC Income. And then this year is the run is on May 26th. This year they actually even take our photo, this photo you see here, and that is their one of their main advertisement banners on their social media. So in the past, when we were out there working with partners, they are just so concerned that we are a Buddhist organization, even though we told them we are just focused on environment protection. But they're just so concerned. But through so many efforts of us participating, and we always reminding our volunteer, no religious talk. We are here about environment protection. So please stay focused on that. That get us the entry into all these events. And volunteers has been also very, very cooperative and be doing that. So through our action every year when we are there, they see really the kind of very genuine passion from our volunteer, really want to contribute and protect Mother Earth. That this year they took up the courage and they put us on the banner and our photo up there, which is quite an achievement for the team, especially in the context of Singapore, whereby Singapore is, in regards to this, they are very, very sensitive. They are not religious bias. So this year they put us on a banner, and this year they give us a much more bigger playground. Just now you saw the photo, we are just having a recycling point, but then this year they have invited us to let us have the whole area here managed and operate by Su Ching, and we call this the eco village. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here are different stations within this whole area, and all these we do the design, the curation ourselves. We curate it towards our Su Ching 5R, and we curate it so that it's aligned, and we show that it's matching to SDG goal. So this year we are given a much more bigger playground because they see what we really are and what we really do. And the eco village, we have the educational games. We could bring in our Jingsi product to sell. we could showcase compassionate technology. We have meatless F&B to share why meatless diets means a lot for climate change mitigation. We have washing area so that we are not using any disposable at all, and waste management point. So this year, we have a much more bigger setup like this. So this is that is with external party. And we also, through the years, we also have a lot of partnership with government, and this started off with 2015 when they came, and we have a very just a closed door interaction, and slowly as that goes along, they give us more opportunity from small opportunity platform in their government level events to big opportunities. Rather then could get even their minister to join us in our launch and things like that. And we were also invited to dialogues at their closed door dialogue session, that we could share the philosophy of Masters Environment Protection to them, and to the latest in the last few years, after COVID, there is so-called public speaking, whereby they also dare to invite us as a panelist, which they do not dare to invite us in the past, because they were so afraid about this thing that we are a Buddhist organization. But because from 2015 and from the external programs, the partners we work with in this era of 2015, 2017, we did a lot of external event, and every time we through action, we prove to them we are not here talking about religion. We are really here to talk about environment protection. That is where it earned us this panelist seat in 2022. And we are actually not sitting in only one panel. We have sat in a few panels in this recent year, and in last year gallery launch, we have the minister again. And in the ministry, in this after pandemic, in this period, the ministry actually also make a lot of publicity videos to advocate environment protection. And in this timing, the ministry also include footages of Su Ching eco team activity in their video, and these video are shown publicly. Yeah. So be it partnership, every time on this government partnership, every time when they invite us, what we did is that we optimize on every invitation. Every time we go, we make sure that we achieve to secure at least one opportunity or one new relationship at that event that are participating in the government invitation. And every time when we are engaging any dialogues with the government representative, we ensure that we use Masters environmental sustainability philosophy to engage and talk with them, and gain their alignment to our Tzu Chi perspective first, and also try through this conversation and dialogues to earn their respect for our mission objective. This is such that as we move along any projects with them, they are mindful this is Tzu Chi philosophy, this is Tzu Chi what they want to achieve and what they will do, so that we will not be banned by them to go their way. I think today for us in Tzu Chi as a volunteer, we follow Master because we recognize and we embrace Master teaching. So when we go and do activity, we should, as much as possible, try to go along the way that Master wanted us to do, rather than go with the public way. So every time we are there, we have dedicated efforts that we will be there looking out who is the key management staff there, or who is the minister there, must grab here and talk and drop a few words to them. Also good. This is what we have been doing in the past year. That's where we are today. And every time we discuss with external, we open-minded, and we always aim for mutual support and benefit. Yeah. So some key development over the years is like change management that we have, as we have managed to do. We advocate for simple eco lifestyle. We strongly advocate on no plastic. Every time we remind our volunteer must share about eco, not just do something. Also, in order to get the bigger community to move. We always must remind everybody, say, safeguarding Mother Earth is everybody's responsibility. Otherwise, it will just be city volunteer and we will get nowhere very far. And how we can do all this key development is Singapore is not very big. So I always tell the team, don't split. Don't say I this zone, you that zone, that kind of thing. We are not that big. We can only function as one Singapore eco team. Then we are able to create that social impact. Otherwise, we will be too lean if we split up and try to create. So through this one Singapore team, as every time we get engaged in activity or external or internal, we always remind ourselves we must impart our skill and knowledge. We must always be there to groom new volunteers who have the passion for this and accompany them along the way. And last but not least, this is we are here to advocate city eco and not general public eco. And the methods that we have used, you see the 30 years we have come along, methods varies all the time, but the principle, the objective remain the same. We need to change method as a society evolve and change, but we must always say, must hold our principle and objective. That will keep us on track and that will move us towards what Master always say. If we want to do that, we really need to have common understanding the front committee. We need to get consensus from them. Then we have the unified actions to do this objective, and objective should always remain. Otherwise, we will go out. Because if you keep changing roti prata, people also don't know where you're going. Then people get confused. Then your message is never clear. Yeah. So last but not least, Master did say that environment sustainability is so step by steps. There is no shortcut. There is no say, oh, can we do it the easier way? Can we just do it with 1 hour? Can we just do it like half a once every 2 months on eco point? No, there's no way. There's only hard effort. You need to take that step by step, that very solid step. Then we are able to safeguard Mother Earth. Like everybody say, oh, Tapa, can I use that one? More convenient. Cannot. If you like that, then we get nowhere, that kind of thing. So it's everybody's responsibility to safeguard Mother Earth. Yeah, I hope I have shared some interesting point for everybody this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, Kanan so much, Sister Susan, for awesome sharing in Singapore's team's effort to start with this humanistic youth center. This the glow on
galleries in the
in Yishun.
Very high footfall.
Yeah, I think Sister Su Ching, I think we must organize one trip to go and visit Sister Susan and see for ourselves, I'm so amazed with the effort that you have put in, how
Most
to,
welcome.
I think from the pictures, it's very attractive, how you manage to bring in, all these new ideas, yet the concept is there. The concept, of sustainability, of recycling is all there. I think is to modernize it, so that we can attract, all the young and, teenagers, to come in, So I think the effort that you have put in is really, one of a kind, really one of a kind. I think all of us need to learn, need to go and visit the Yishun, is it Yishun? You call it Yishun Center, yeah, we need to go and pay a visit to Yishun Center to learn, and of course, so many effort, so many ideas have been there. Sister Stephanie, we will get Brother G to organize a trip down to Singapore, isn't it, Stephanie?
I was stopping him. I said, come, listen to this Singapore.
Must bring the all the recycling team, all the people to go and visit our Sister Susan Center. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the conditions of practice are very different in every country. That also we need to acknowledge.
Yeah.
But what we can learn is looking forward, looking beyond now. This is the direction. I'm really grateful, Sister Sharon. Amazing.
Susan.
Sharon, 不好意思.
I think just a small little sharing is that maybe for a start, the use of words. Let's change the use of words. we have already come very far in the whole society have come very far. So for us, I strongly encourage drop the word recycling, change to the word eco, or change to the word environmental sustainability. So like here, the Singapore team, at least for the 干事, they are now already Ching ready. We are the eco team. We are the eco team. No more we are the recycling team, because otherwise you are stuck there at the lowest level of the pyramid, the fire pyramid. Yeah.
Not the Lawrence Wong team.
Eco team. We want to be the Tzu Chi eco team.
Okay, Kaden, so much,
you.
Sir Susan, for the
Okay.
wonderful sharing. Yeah,
Thank you.
Kaden, so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now we need to move on to the next sharer. He's none other than our dearest brother Anthony. Yeah, always looking very sharp, and very passionate. Education is always very close to brother Anthony's heart. And of course, he will be today, I think, more will be sharing on his trip to Bodhi Gaya. Vanakkam and namaste, brother Anthony. Okay, now I'll pass the stage to you. Sorry for the little delay.
No
Kaden.
problem. No problem at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I think I want to share my slides over using, hold on. Okay. Can you see my slides
Yes,
at the moment?
can.
Have you seen this performance on the stage? Have all of you seen this performance on the stage?
Yes, video clip. Yeah, video clip.
The video clip actually that be done on January 7th this year during our year-end blessing in Budikaya.
Yes.
I actually do not know actually how many people have watched this video, and after the video was presented live actually to our master say it was great, and then on the second day, on the 8th of January, I do a presentation sharing from India, and it was given opportunity 15 minutes to present to master, and master said no, I don't want the 15 minutes. You're going to come over to Hualien to share how the good and the bad. I want to listen to a story. And then I realized that actually master really wanted to know the journey before the show. I think she realized that it is not easy, not easy. The other show was actually called Thousand Helping Hand. Thousand Helping Hand, which is actually in Chinese called 千手世界. And it was also great, but it was simplified. And it was negotiated that with this performance that they cannot do a lot of these steps. So being simplified. Yet actually they find the trainer actually find a lot of the difficulty of communication and things like that. So I will show the video later. I think I will show actually my mission first actually. When first actually I was supposed to be at Budikaya for education mission, and I'm not supposed to be for year-end blessing missions. I was there for a couple of days, and I entered the school and I sharing 近视 aphorism and organized sport days and giving school bags, and I enjoyed it for first 2 days. All right, but subsequently I was called upon by Qi Feng Sixiong. He say, no, you cannot carry on with the mission. You got to come into our training. Since you know this Dharma ship performance for the past few years in Malaysia, so our members are not we are short of hands. We are short of hands. So we want you to change your direction. Instead of going to school, now we're going to start to train the youth. And he said you understand youth much better so that maybe you can speak to them better. Wow, I told them actually India and Malaysians are very different. The communication with them are, even the Malaysian Indians are very different from the Indians in India. Okay. The understanding of me, because I in my company we have engaged a lot of Indian programmers currently in my office. So I realized that their behavior are slightly different, and then they a lot of caste system, and those people actually in Malaysia don't have much of a caste system, but in India, yes. All right. So they decided to change from my education mission to Dharma training. Okay. So the next one, this is me enter the school, and you can see actually go to the school. I think this is the second floor of the school. To take out all the tables and chairs for us to do training. These are the younger people, younger one. Their age actually is between 13, 14, and 15. Right? This one is a school that we went in, and it's a really concrete floor with dust. It's a cement without actually, say for example, tiles, no tiles actually, just a pure cement. And the cement actually, you can see that it doesn't look like our cement. It's actually a lot of this dust on top, sand and things like that. So when we were stepping on the floor, you can see a second picture of stepping on the floor. There's a dust flying up, and the worst part actually is when we perform together, and when we step on the floor together, there is a force hitting the ground. Then you see the ceiling, all right, and there's a sand and stone falling down. So we feel that it was so dangerous. We were thinking that whether the building can stand for us actually with a big group performing every day in day out. All right, this is the one of the environments. The second environments that we face actually is going to be certain school that actually only give us a few their playing ground, and then we got to perform it outside, okay, outside the class. And this is another school which is from Bagro School, that actually students are from about 13, 14, 15, and 16 years old. And the bottom one, actually, there was a school, actually, younger one from 13 to 15 years old. You can see the garden. The second one actually is a different school. Then you can see that actually the gardens are beautiful. And I think in Bugaya, you see that it's the most beautiful school, right, in terms of gardening is concerned. And we got to appreciate, got to thank the headmaster, all right, by willing to give us the garden, which he had been actually spent a lot of time gardening the place for the past 3 years. And this is amazing. And the place actually is beautiful. And you can see actually he willing to let us step on the grass that he managed for the past 3 years, and with this the floor, the lawn, all right. You can see beautiful lawn, right? And the children actually but of course he's still not 100%, but there's some soil still not having classes, all right, and it's beautiful. And the other place actually we used to do training is on the terrace, the top floor of our Kung Siu Chu in Abu Likaya. During winter time, I think December, temperature is hit below 10, 8, 7, and sometimes with the wind chill factors, it's about 6 and 5. So it's pretty cold. So also due to the cold weather, and the attendance are not great, and the students, hence the volunteers actually from our English class, from our computer class, those are the two senior students from we actually have students actually come to attend English class, and we provided computer classes for them. So these are the people, students actually come all over the place, and it's about 35 of them. So we always used to do training from 5 to 7, right? So this is the environment. You can see actually after a week of training, we started actually on the 23rd of December, and until 30th of December. That was about 7 days. And you can see all our instructors, and we are all above 50s, and two of us, including me, all right, is above 60. The two front person is me, and the other one, Raymond. We are above 60. We are same age, 63, and we still have to wear the guards and start to drop our body as hard as possible. All right, and because of our hard practice, one of the Singaporean volunteers called Kochi Su Ching. Kochi Su Ching actually is this person who helping actually our captain, all right, massaging lah, things like that. So he see actually us actually putting a lot of effort. He is supposed to return to Singapore on December 31st. He was thinking to stay to help us. But then after calculation of the repurchase of the flight ticket, and it cost him about 1,000 over Sing dollars with his home sister together. Then he dropped the idea. But you see, this fate, and on the 31st of January, December, he's supposed to take the flight. But that day have actually so misty in the airport that the flight cannot took off. So the flight will delay and finally postponed. So he was so lucky, he said, at the end of the day, postponed to the date that he wanted. So finally he stayed with us for another extended 1 more weeks, right? So it was a blessing, all right? After hard long week, we actually practice with this group of volunteers, young children, young men, all right? We find actually very difficult, and we have a lot of these obstacles. I want to show you the video that we did not show to master, all right? Is that, I don't know whether you can hear. You notice actually some younger one actually work so hard, train so hard, and some senior one actually just standing there. They're not making move. They think it's hard for them to do. So they decided just standing there. They think it is so difficult. And then we have to go into next level. We actually have to train our internal volunteer first. Okay, these two is the internal volunteers. Yet we find it physically they are not fit enough. So we have to actually do like yoga training. You can see that we are all yoga master. We have to hold them, to swing them around. Okay, it's so funny, but no joke actually. We work so hard, all right? But there are something that actually still touch our heart. I want to show you one video. While we are training the senior student, the young one, these are all 8 and 9 years old. On the side, they actually learning together, but they are not qualified. But they put so much effort. At the end of the day, actually our volunteer actually make a joke. So we also training them. on outside the garden. And volunteers still talk about it after we finish our work and still laughing about this video because they think actually the youth actually is our next generation. They got a future with us. So our challenge actually is language barrier. And most of them think that know English, but they don't really understand English. They keep on telling yes, 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 but their head is swinging. All right. So we don't know whether they understand or they don't understand. So they keep on telling you, yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. But action tell. Because when the action start, then they miss actually. They don't do this, they don't do that. So at the end of days, we decided to learn Hindi style. You know? So one actually Hindi word that I always want to use because students actually in India, when you talk, they talk. All right. I also realized that teachers actually got hard time calm them down most of the time in the classroom because even in our teachings also aphorism teaching, and the students talk actually while teacher talking. All right. So we cannot actually give instruction while they are talking. So at the end of the day, we use one word called hat jojo, hat jodo, hat jodo. When we say hat jodo, everybody will quietly put their hand together, put their palm together, and then they don't speak. At this moment, when they give instruction. And then we want them to turn left, we want them to turn right. Some you tell them left, they say they understand, but at the end of it, they turn right. Some of them, we tell them turn right, they think they understand, but they turn left. So we got to tell them, Bian, Sahe. So this is the word that we always use. So just to share with all of you. Culture. Next one, culture. We training actually one of the session that for our computer students and our English students, they're supposed to come at 5 o'clock evening. Training end at 7 o'clock. And we promised them 7 o'clock. Suppose they have a dinner provided. And guess what time they come in? And then during 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, you can see our trainers sending messages to students telling them to come. All right. No pieces. We have no pieces. No one came actually. So 5 to 7 session, they drop in only 6:30. And 6:30, they came, they have to put up their garment, all right, their shoes, their knee protector. Then spend about 10 minutes, wasting some time. 6:45, they put their watch to show us that actually already 6:45, ending soon. So it's put 7 o'clock coming in. So this is a problem that we face. The students are not putting effort, not putting effort. They was thinking that we are just one of the association or foundation providing them food or goodies like others foundation. Because there are a lot of foundation all over in Pudikaya. Because everyone tried to give them. So their hand actually, their palm is up, always asking. So we give them training because they say because 7 o'clock they got a dinner. That's it. All right. So it's a culture. And then second one actually is a physical fitness. They do not do too much of exercise. So actually we want them to throw things from the floor to over the sea from that action. You see that actually they're standing there. They're not even bend down. They didn't even bend down. And the hand is swinging. Yes. Just like that. I think you can see the video just now. All right. And then we decided we want to do the same thing as the 1,000 helping hand to simplify the movement. All right. And the other urgent thing is that we're running out of time because on the 7th of January, we start to be on the stage. All right. Yet on the 31st of December, we don't even see the team. All right. We don't even see Samban, not to talk about the ship. Right. So we decided December 30th, 31st, we go all out to go to other school, all right, private, national school, all right, government school. We go out actually to look for the new blood, all right. But very unfortunate, December 30th, 31st actually is our last day of the school. We only come back to school January 8th. So then our show is over, all right? Year-end pressing is over. So we go out, we go to school, we talk to headmaster, we try to invite them, we talk to them. Finally, turning point, we went to one of the tuition center. It's so crowded. A room with 50 students actually, so crowded, all right? And these are the students who pay fees to learn accounting, all right? If you understand why they learn accounting, they said because they are on the lower rank of their caste. Kuma family, Kuma caste. So they are not supposed to go to engineering courses, no medical courses for them. So they only, the highest course they can attend is accounting. So you can see of all these people attending accounting actually tuition in the classroom alone. So we will show them actually our missions, Su Ching missions. We show them actually why we want to perform a Dharma shift. You can see plenty of hand, put up the hand so that they will come. So actually on the January 1st, we was actually waiting because actually that was a holidays for everyone, but they promised to come January 1st. So we decided to really believe they come. All right. Amazing. Because of our consistency and persistency. And within 3 days, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 3 days actually. All right. We managed to have this group of 8 fellows actually managed to complete all the movement. But you don't worry actually about whether they are synchronized or they are perfect. No. We are happy because at least we got one simple samban. This one was taken by me because we think that they are there's not by any other video cameraman. So I'm amateur, so I just took this picture.
Brother Anthony, I think you did not share sound, your video.
Yeah, maybe you reshare again, Brother Anthony. The sound.
No sound.
Stop.
No
Stop.
sound.
Stop. Yeah.
No
Stop
sound,
and
is it?
reshare. Yeah. There's a button.
Okay, I got to, I think I will share again. Just now I think I missed out the sharing sound, I think.
Yeah, share the sound.
Okay. One more time. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Yes.
You will see this group of people very different from the earlier one that I showed you. have to massage them, we have to do like yoga and so they are actually fit enough. Do turning, especially when they start to soak, it whips out shit. So great. After this performance, that night we can sleep, you know. So all of us was so happy, and that night we celebrate because we at least got one small samban. Okay, all right. So the next thing, then I told Chi Feng, I say, let me lecture the youth, the rest. Okay, I told them actually who perform well will be on the left hand side of the ship because left hand side of the ship face the audience. So everyone want to be on the left-hand side of the ship because their family was invited. They want to show their family they be on the stage first time in Bodhikaya that they are having almost 500, 600 audience watching them perform. So then I tell them actually who actually need to fight for the left-hand side. Not good enough on the right-hand side. Not good enough further in the middle. All right. Not good enough at the back. Then they ask me, how about if actually not in the left, right, middle, at the back? I say you're out of the ship. So finally everyone put up effort. So these are the group. These are the group, we call it Rama group. All right, just now we mentioned, they are the one who actually work closely with me, and they become the model for English group, computer group, little eagles, little tiger. This little eagle and little tiger are from primary school. The primary school age about 13 years old. So these people will join. Volunteer mean our senior. So become the model. Then this one actually is on the 7th. After the performance, they promise master. You see what I say. 2, 3, 3人我愿意. Isn't it? Right? So you know what they need? They want to be a volunteer. All right. So during actually after we left, we can see that actually they join volunteerism, and then they start to attend courses, attend training, and then they so this is their personal selection. I skip that actually. It's actually say if I can every day they will donate 50 cents. All right. When we are they're sending others off actually when we are actually leaving. That day we left actually Bodhikaya. They come to send them off, and then this after that I always twice a month we always online. I always online with them, all right, Zoom with them, so that to share whether they attended, they have joined what kind of activities actually. So they always share me pictures. So every time they go to what call it school, they'll dress like volunteers. They will help our team volunteers there. It was it was actually another action. Actually, they repeat themselves actually on the opening days. I think groundbreaking days of our Thai village. All right, they actually automatically they start to train the rest of people. They actually wanted to recruit more youth. All right, and surprise, they're the first group of Su Ching youth last month. They managed to become a Su Ching youth. All right, first batch in India. All right, so then of course we got other school like this Bakro Village Primary School. You see, it's so difficult environment that we share with. Okay, and they actually after January 7, and then January 8, actually we supposed to be online sharing with master, but they had to attend school, so they did not come. So they leave a video actually to volunteers to say something to master.
हम लोगों ने मतलब कि बहुत दिनों की मेहनत के बाद हम लोगों ने
The
ऐसा
message actually is
जहाज
very,
बनाया हम लोग इतना 4 दिन 5
very
दिन एक सप्ताह
unfortunate.
ज़्यादा हम लोग को मेहनत किए
They cannot
कि हम लोग एक
attend
धर्मा सिप करने की
our
मान किया
sharing
हम लोग
session with
वो
master
किए
on
हम
the
लोग
8th
इतना
of
मेहनत किए
January.
कि हम लोग को बड़ा स्टेज पे
But
मौका मिला
they were
कभी भी हम
thankful
लोग
that
वहाँ
to
पे
the
गए नहीं थे
volunteer
कभी भी
team
मतलब कि ऐसा
given
परफॉर्म
more
करने के लिए
opportunity
लेकिन हम
on the
सूची
stage.
सूची टीम
And
के
they
वजह
believe
से
in
हम लोग वहाँ
master.
तक जा
They
पहुँचे
say
हैं
they
और
will
हम लोग
follow
इतना
master
इतना
footsteps.
अच्छा परफॉर्म
And
किए
when
हम
they
लोग
are
सारे मिल करके
older,
और
they will join the
इसीलिए हम
youth
आपको सबको
group.
थैंक यू बोलना चाहते
All
हैं
right.
और हम आपसे मिलना भी चाहते हैं
All right.
थैंक यू
So
सो मच
we actually turning their idea, turning their philosophy, turning on their life philosophy, really. All right. So at the end, actually, I still want to show you one more time. So actually, this is, I don't know whether you can see from, can you see?
Yes, brother, can see.
Can see, right?
Stop playing. Brother Anthony, stop moving the video. Maybe you stop and restart again.
Robert, can you see the picture? Can you see the
Yeah, I can see the
video?
picture. It's a
Okay,
video
okay.
or picture, this one. This is a video only.
Yeah.
Picture.
This is the video clip.
It's a video clip. Maybe you stop playing. Stop playing. Maybe you stop and exit and go in again.
Yeah.
You stop playing.
On January 7, we actually performed three times. And the total audience about 2,000 over people.
You're not playing, Brother Anthony. The video is still not playing. Are you trying to play the video, Brother Anthony?
Yeah.
But we can't see the video.
Oh.
Can't see the video. Or maybe you
Okay,
shared the wrong
okay.
screen, is it?
You did not see the video, is it?
Yeah, we can't. I mean, yeah, it's not playing. Maybe you share again, reshare.
Okay. Hold on.
No problem. Take your time. Take your time.
Can you see now?
Yes. Now we can see. I play.
Got sound?
Stop playing. Stop moving the screen. You can
Oh.
see.
But this one actually is from YouTube.
Oh,
Let me share one more time. Is the video moving?
it's not moving. It's not moving.
Is it better now? Robot, is it?
Can't hear. Can't hear. Hello.
Có chích chưa? Con có tay là khi nó một chiếc mà một con vật lục của gia đây. Chích đó. Ui, đã đi phân.
Can't hear. Still can't hear. The video is not playing. It's not playing. It's not moving at all.
The video not playing, yeah?
No, not playing. Not playing at all. No, not playing at all.
I don't know what happened, but I was thinking to at least finally show you the video in the YouTube.
Yeah. Maybe just share us with the link. Then I think we will share the
share
link. Share the YouTube link. Then we will
I will
share.
put.
Yeah.
Okay. I will actually share the link now.
You share the link with us, then we will share in our group here. So let them watch. Since time is a little bit exceeded,
I already shared the link.
Yeah, I saw the link.
Okay.
Saw the link.
Okay. So I was actually finally want to show you actually finally how the what call it. Hold on. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot show you actually the whole performance. I think I share you the link. You can see from the link from YouTube. It was so touching actually. At the end of this, actually, some master say, it looked so great. The performance is so great, but he know that actually there are tears and the blood behind. So they want us actually to go to Hualien to share with the whole story behind. Of course, at the end of the day, we spent 4 days with master. All right, master was actually spending really good time, and she actually wanted to listen to all the teachings, small little things actually inspire the youth. How you inspire the young people to become volunteers. So, and I'm still carrying on doing it. So these people actually will be joining me to Taiwan in July to attend University, Su Ching University in coming July for 6 months to learn Chinese Mandarin, right? For 6 months. And I think I will be accompanying them there for a while. All right.
Great.
So
Great.
thank you so much. This is my sharing for today. All right. I hope that all of you can appreciate why Master wanted Malaysian and Singapore, Malaysian and Singaporean to go to India. All right. Not Taiwanese. They say because we culturally fit into them actually, right? So I think I really believe Master actually have a really insight, knowing that Malaysians can dealing with Indians most of the time. And then when we go to India, we can understand their culture better. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Kanan so much, Brother Anthony, for the heartwarming sharing, and of course for the superb work, India, I think to really, guide the youth. I think our Brother Anthony is very skillful in educating younger people, starting from his exposure and passion in education, including his children and all the children. From one children now become the whole international school, become all your children. And
Behind
starting the
actually
first,
is international school. All right.
yeah, and starting the first leader, outside Taiwan,
Yeah.
leading the team, So I think Brother Anthony has done an amazing job, So that's why when it comes to the youth in India, that's why I think we cannot miss Brother Anthony, with your skill and experience. Yeah, that's why I think I think that you are the only perfect candidate to go to India, so to spread these seeds of goodness. Okay, Kanan so much, Brother Anthony. And then we hope to listen more stories from you from the India.
Next one maybe I got to
journey.
share. Next one maybe I got to share. Why
Mm.
actually I dress up today, not volunteer blue and white.
Okay.
All right, because actually my student woke up at 4 o'clock.
Wow, okay. Wow.
Yeah, my students actually today morning actually we already got sharing session start at 6:30.
Wow, okay.
They woke up at 4 o'clock, start studying at 4:30 until 6:30, then we start to share what they have learned.
Mm.
So that's I have to dress up like Ita Papa. So I cannot dress up blue and white. Right?
Okay, Kanan so much, Brother Anthony. Yeah, Kanan to all the brothers and sisters for joining us since 6:30 this morning. Okay. Now we will end the session by paying homage to Buddha and Sangren together. Please rise. Our palms together. First bow, second bow, and third bow. Okay, Kanan, on behalf of everyone, stay safe. See each other again next Saturday. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Kanan so much, Brother Anthony.
Kanan.